first and deadliest war in history was World War II. The number of deaths totaled at about 70 million as a result of this war. This war began September 1st, 1939, when the Germans invaded Poland. However, the U.S. did not get involved until D-Day, December 7th, 1941, when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. The number of Americans that served in the war totaled at about 16 million. Because of this, women had to take on the jobs that the men had left behind. Around 12 million women throughout the nation took on these roles. These jobs included shipyards, warehouses, hospitals, offices, steel mills, and foundries. They would take part in welding, riveting, and operating the cranes, all while being mothers and housewives. The Bay Area and the West Coast was where a lot of this took place. The women were needed especially in this area and had the highest percentage of female industrial workers. The Bay Area was known for its shipyards. Richmond in particular grew from about 2,300 to 100,000 people after the war. There were 56 different war industries in Richmond, which was more than any other city of its size in the U.S. Henry J. Kaiser, an industrialist, built shipyards in Richmond. About 9,000 people were employed as a result, and about 1/3 of the workers were women.
Rosie, working on assembly line.
I heard on my car radio the announcer, "Women, do something for your country. Go to the Richmond shipyard and be a welder."
About 27% of the shipyard workers in Richmond were women, and 20% in Oakland. Women were still discriminated against, but their work was needed. However, most women weren't the traditional housewives anymore. One woman even said, "Hitler was the one that got us out of the kitchen."
To me, it was funny was when a foreman came and he said, "You ladies have to stop working so fast, because when the war ends, the men are coming back and they will get their jobs back, and they only do so many a day."
More than half of the women still had children, so they had to juggle both work and taking care of their homes and kids, which was a very difficult task.
I want to be a welder. And she kind of looked at me and she said, "We have a lot of jobs in the offices." And I said, "No, I want to be a welder." They were asking for us to come and do that. It's an important job, so that's what I want to do.
Because of the great amount of women tending the home front in the Bay Area, and because of the many war industries, the Rosie the Riveter Museum was chosen to be in Richmond, California. Rosie the Riveter was an icon for all women during World War II. She helped encourage women to join the war and gave them the confidence to work in armed forces and industrial labor forces. Rosie the Riveter was the name given to all of the working women during the war. The Bay Area was a major place where women worked in the home front. Because of the many war industries, this was where women began ditching their traditional housewife duties and stepped up to the plate, taking the place of men's jobs while they were at war. Women definitely prevailed during the war and were crucial to the war effort.
All the day long, whether rain or shine, she's a part of the assembly line. She's making history, working for victory. Rosie, the riveter, keeps a sharp lookout for sabotage. Sitting up there on the fuselage, that little Fred can do more than a man can do. Rosie, the riveter, Rosie's got a boyfriend, Charlie.